I am not currently a millionaire, but I believe I'm less than 5 years away from becoming a millionaire and less than 10 years away from becoming a decamillionaire, which is $10 to $20 million net worth. The long-term success playbook I'm following that's also available to you is using the concept of accidental success to your advantage, having emotional regulation, in writing down a clear 10-year mission. The reality of most single-digit millionaires is that they're no different than you and I. You hear these stories about janitors, work for 40 years, they get paid $40,000 a year, they contribute 50% of their salary to their 401k, and all of a sudden they wake up and they're a millionaire one day. They use the concept of accidental success. They worked for long periods of time and simply did not get in their own way. And it's so easy to do and so easy not to do. What this actually looks like is I work in software sales, I work hard, I want to hit my quota, make money, get promotions. On the side, I'm also working diligently to build this YouTube channel, to try and add value to people at scale. And one practical thing I do each and every day that is not easy to do, but it's easy to do, is I take my camera, the camera I'm broadcasting into right now, speaking with you, every day in the office, I walk in with my camera. And the reason I started doing this is because I thought it'll be cool to film in the office, me in the trenches talking about the reality of what's going well and not well and trying to help people through my experiences. When I first started taking in my camera, I was a little embarrassed because people would look at me and they say, "Oh, what are you up to? Who are you? What are you talking about?" And all of a sudden you do it long enough, 2 years later, and people just expect this camera to be an apparatus, an extension of your body. This is accidental success because I'm not doing anything that's spectacular. I'm not doing anything that you couldn't do. I'm just showing up with my hard hat, with my lunch pail, and with my camera to work hard each and every day. And then I set up the camera and I just talk about what happened in that day. I'm documenting my journey. I'm not currently a millionaire, but I'm talking about how I plan to become a millionaire. I think that there's a lot of parallels between my journey and what you were trying to make happen as well. So just show up every day with the camera. And in order to get to that point and that confidence, I had to look at myself in the mirror and have a real raw talk and say, "Trent, are you doing everything you can to be successful?" And when you look at this and you actually ask yourself this question, you look at yourself in the mirror and you start journaling it, you look deep inside your soul, and your mind starts to say, these are the 2 to 3 things that are holding you back from actually making things happen. And I've talked about this before, but it was video games. I grew up as an ordinary average guy. I wasn't doing lemonade stands. I wasn't doing paper businesses. I just cared about playing video games. That's all I wanted to do in middle school, high school, and college. So it's not like I had some big head start. It's not like I know things that you don't know, but I just played video games. I was competitive. I liked to speak with friends. I got to a point where I said, these actually don't mean anything. Me being good at a game, me having downtime, leisure, why not use that energy to level up in real life and not level up in this game? So I cut out video games. That was one thing. Next, gambling. It's about to be football season. College football just started. Are you sitting around all day drinking, gambling? You're going to start gambling on NFL games. And this is what I did. I would wake up Monday mornings and I'd be in a hole. I'd be down a lot of money. I wouldn't feel good because I was drinking all day. And all of a sudden I'm thinking about who's going to win Monday Night Football because I got to either pay my bookie Tuesday or he's going to pay me. And that was another bad habit that was just holding me back from, I was in my own way because I was doing that. So ask yourself, what is holding you back from being more successful? And then once you start to remove these bad habits, replace them with saying, okay, rather than playing video games, can I start making videos? Can I start doing podcasts? Can I start writing blogs? Can I figure out some product online that I can sell on Shopify to start making money? And if you do that for a long enough period of time, all of a sudden you will accidentally become successful because you just didn't get in your own way. Along that journey, there's a lot of ups and a lot of downs. So I wanted to play this 2.5 minute clip of me talking about the concept of emotional regulation. Emotional regulation, about
When we are working in a knowledge-based profession like we are in software sales, we're not paid to be physical, to use our hands or to our bodies or clock in and out. It's a knowledge-based profession. It's being able to articulate value, drive business outcomes in order to justify the expensive cost of your software solutions. And I was thinking it's such a mental game, being able to communicate with others, being able to listen actively, being able to work well with others, and being able to control your emotions through the ups and the downs. So I thought emotional regulation would be a good way of describing it. And what I wrote down is that a few principles in this is that nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. So I'm of course pissed, I missed quota, but it's not as bad as it seems. And at least that's the story I'm telling myself. And if you win the $1 million deal, that's great, but it's not as good as it seems either. So it's got to be that counterbalance. Next, everyone has their own reality that they want to project onto you. And all that matters is your own perception of your own reality. So you can hear what I'm saying and you can say, okay, that's Trent's reality. That's his viewpoint of the world. I acknowledge that. And now I can decide how I want to act and what I can decide is credible or not. So everyone has their own viewpoint. So when I pull up TikTok, I get so much hate in the comments. They're like, Trent, you're stacking L's, like all this whatever. Like I would never miss quote, like all these crazy comments. And the other day, it was a comment about my hairline. I said, is my hairline receding? And I started to get in my head, and it impacted my ability to fall asleep that night, oddly enough. And I need to remind myself that it's their own reality that they're projecting onto me, and it actually doesn't matter because all that matters is my own reality and how I view the world, similar to you, how you think about the world. Next is that don't read too deeply into the hidden meaning of what other people are saying or what you think they may be thinking about you. All that actually matters is their actions. And that actually comes from the 48 laws of power. And we're starting to get a little abstract now, but think about that and extrapolate, and you can figure out what it means. And then finally, never come up with excuses as to why other people are more successful than you. It's just a loser way of thinking about it.
Once I accepted that I'm not going to get in my own way and show up every day to have accidental success, and I'm going to embrace the good, bad, and the ugly through emotional regulation, next is clearly writing down my 10-year mission. I am going to war on my future. The thing I think about more than anything else in life when I'm alone is what do I want to have happen in the future? And in order to figure out what you want to do in the future, I had to ask myself, what do I believe that is not going away? I believe that companies' adoption of software is going to continue to increase over time. I believe software companies, cloud-based software companies, it's one of the best business models in existence. And these companies make so much money. And I've been a byproduct of this. I was super fortunate and grateful every day to accidentally start my career in software sales right out of college. I didn't know what the profession was or what I would be doing. And I'm still learning so much each and every day. But I want to be a player in the SaaS, software as a service industry. I started my career in SaaS and I'm going to end my career in SaaS. I don't see SaaS going away anytime soon. So I've accepted I want to be a player in this space. And I also believe that anybody can reinvent themselves over a long enough period of time. You can completely change everything. Think about Tiger Woods. He got in a car crash. It was a miracle that he didn't get his leg amputated. He worked hard, physical therapy, and ended up getting in a place where he was able to go back and compete on the tour, and he's got such a legacy of this fast rise, the best golfer ever, and then these scandals, and then he goes back down, then he reinvents himself, and then all of a sudden he gets in this crash. Think about Tiger Woods. Winning solves everything. So what is your win? What is the victory you're working towards? And when I write down my 10-year mission, it is to build a $10 million annual recurring revenue software business. So the year is 2022. That's when we're in right now. By 2032, I will have a $10 million annual recurring revenue software business. That is the mission. That is the war that I am embarking upon. And along that war, there's important milestones that I need to reach. As I look at what are those milestones, those are the short-term goals. Those are the many battles along the way. It's promoting from a senior account executive where I'm at right now to an enterprise account executive. It's saving as much money along the way and investing it so that when I'm in a position to quit my job and I have the experience, I have the skills, I have the connections, I have the money to then back my ideas and say, I'll throw $100,000 at this idea. I'll pay an engineer, I'll find someone else, we'll start a company. And that's how businesses are built. As I think about making that mission more successful, there's important components of this as well. And one of them is building up my personal brand. And that's why I'm consistently posting online. That's why I make YouTube videos. That's why I do LinkedIn. The right people will reach out to you at the right time throughout your journey. And that's so important. Along that journey, the comparison game is also really important to be mindful of, because I look at these people on LinkedIn that I consider my peers that are starting different businesses, that get more likes on posts than mine, that may be making more money or be further ahead in their career. And I just have to remind myself that I want to cherish and praise other people's success. Ultimately, I'm on my own mission. I'm building a software business. That's what I want to do. That is my long-term mission. So everyone else, they're doing their own things as well. Do we have an opportunity to work together? And as long as they're not detracting from my mission, they're not my enemies, then they're just, they're folks out there who I might be able to help, they might be able to help me, and it's just neutral. So comparing myself to others, it's wasted energy. Additionally, as I think about this long-term mission, being comfortable being alone, it is really important. And this is something I talk a lot about, because in order to get further ahead than other people, you must be willing to put in more time than other people. Because if person A and person B have the same competence, the same intelligence, the same connections, but person A cares more and works 60 hours a week, person B cares a lot but only works 40 hours a week, person A is going to be more successful because they are willing to put in more time. It's as simple as that. Elon Musk talks about this, saying, hey, if I'm willing to work 80 to 100 hours a week, I'm going to be able to get there twice as fast as the next person. So being comfortable being alone, being able to sit in your own thoughts and reflect on what is my mission. I can get accidentally successful along the way. I can control my emotions. I can find the right connections, and I can identify what is the proper sequence. Get the promotion, save to this milestone, meet that partner that will be your co-founder, have the personal brand so that it increases your likelihood of success when you eventually launch a product. And then you're making money online so that you can then sustain your survival and existence when your W-2 income stops. That is the long-term success playbook I am following to become a millionaire. I really appreciate you guys being with me along my own journey. I hope that I'm able to offer you value throughout. So if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button below, comment below for the algorithm, and of course, subscribe to the channel now. Let's make it happen.